Why did my parents return after abandoning me for 15 years? I was only 16 years old when my entire world fell apart on Christmas Eve. I stood in front of my parents and told them the truth: I was pregnant. The moment those words left my mouth, my father's expression changed completely. His face turned red with anger, and my mother couldn't even look at me. She just stared at the floor in silence. Then my dad pointed toward the door. He told me I had one choice: fix the situation the way he wanted, or I was no longer his daughter, but I couldn't do what he demanded. So I packed a small bag while my parents sat there quietly. No hugs, no goodbye, no last words. I walked out of my childhood home alone. For the next 2 years, my best friend's family became my family. They gave me a place to sleep, helped me finish high school, and supported me while I worked overnight shifts at a diner to provide for my baby. My daughter Lily became the greatest blessing in my life. I never regretted choosing her. When Lily was only 6 months old, I tried calling my parents one last time. My mother answered. I could hear her breathing on the other end, but when I said hello, she hung up. That was the last time I tried. Years passed. When Lily turned 5, I saved enough money for our own tiny apartment. By the time she was 8, I had earned my associate degree and found a stable job at an insurance company. It wasn't always easy, but we built a life together. Just me and my daughter. Then, 15 years after I was forced out, my phone rang. I recognized the number instantly. It was my father. After all those years of silence, he wanted to meet. My first instinct was to ignore the call. How could someone who abandoned me suddenly walk back into my life? But something inside me made me say yes. Maybe I wanted Lily to finally know her grandparents. Maybe I needed answers. Or maybe I needed to face them not as the frightened teenager they rejected, but as the strong woman I had become. We met at a coffee shop near my apartment. They looked different. Older. Smaller. My mother started crying the moment she saw me. My father struggled to even make eye contact. Then he placed a small box on the table and pushed it toward me. Inside was a tiny silver bracelet. "We bought this for your baby," he whispered. My mother finally spoke. Her voice was barely audible. "We were going to come find you. We wanted to give you this and bring you home." Then she explained something I never knew. 2 days after I left, my father was involved in a serious accident I had no idea, because they never contacted me. My father rolled up his sleeve and showed me a long scar stretching from his wrist to his elbow. "A drunk driver hit me," he said. "I was in a coma for 3 months." When he finally woke up, he had lost parts of his memory. He couldn't remember the last 5 years of his life. He didn't remember my pregnancy. He didn't remember forcing me out. My mother had to tell him everything, but by then, they had no idea where I was. I looked at them, trying to process everything. "Why didn't you search harder?" I asked, my voice shaking. I wasn't hiding. My father reached across the table to hold my hand, but I pulled away. Because after 15 years of pain, one explanation wasn't enough to erase everything. Then he told me the real reason he finally searched for me. The reason he picked up the phone after all those years. And the truth behind his return was something I never expected.